One, two, three, One, two, three. The Bear Trap Podcast. Here we like to talk about music, news, and entertainment. But most importantly, we like to talk about life. So get yourself ready, let's talk about it.
What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gents? This is Bear once again for the Bear Trap Podcast. We at it again, man. Another episode, another opportunity to talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? To learn something new or to look at something we already knew and get a different perspective about it. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, make sure you like and subscribe, to this channel. If you would like to support me, it helps the channel out a whole lot. And we're going to get right into it, man. Not a whole lot of fluff. Today, we're talking about evolution. Evolution. Change, so to speak. To change. What does it mean to change? You know what I mean? And I always give a disclaimer on all of my shows that I ain't the biggest and the baddest. I don't know everything about everything. I'm just sharing my experience, you know what I'm saying? My wisdom, my knowledge, with you guys on these different topics, on these different subjects, right? So to evolve, like first of all, everybody don't even know, it's a fancy word for change, right? We're going to try to take a look at it. To evolve, you know what I'm saying? Evolution. The process by which different kinds of living organisms are thought to have developed and diversified from earlier forms during the history of the earth. Change. The number two, the second one is saying, this is regular Google. We're just getting this out the way. Jump Street, right? The second definition, this is Google, is the gradual development of something, especially from a simple to a more complex form, right? So something going from a simple form to a more complex form, that's a fair, a fair just definition of the word evolve, to evolve, right? And so I was thinking about it myself this week. I haven't done a video in a few weeks. I had a few different things going on. Life is really lifing right now. And normally, I'll just be like, man, forget it. I'll just do something else. Or man. Now, in this particular instance, I had to evolve, right? I had to change my reaction to what's happening. I had to learn how to react differently. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I had to change the way I function. Normally, I shut down when things start happening, things start going on, and I focus on what's right in front of me. And then this time, these last couple times, I've had to do it differently. Like I had to react differently because this particular time around, and the podcast has been helping me a lot to just view my perspectives, but I'm looking for a different response. I'm looking for a different outcome because they say that if you keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result, that's called insanity. I'm a little bit insane, but I'm not insane in that way. Sometimes we unknowingly continue to do the same thing over and over again and get mad when we don't have a different result. And so, I had to look at it differently and press on. You know what I'm saying? Even though it sometimes in the process of change, it does not feel comfortable. You dig what I'm saying? Like it does not feel, oh, if I felt good, I know I'm going in the right direction. No, sir. No, ma'am. It does not feel that way. I don't know who told us that it's supposed to feel good and supposed to feel right when you're moving in the right direction. This is just my point of view, my perspective. So I don't care if it's right to you or if it's wrong. I'm just trying to give you like my experience. And every time, like some things have to be worked and it don't feel good, man. I'm sorry. Like It really dawned on me. Nobody told me that change was supposed to feel good, or that if you're moving in the right direction, it's supposed to feel good. Like, I don't know what kind of automatic disclaimer got attached to change, that when you change, oh, it feels good, I'm moving in the right direction. It don't feel good all the time, man. It really don't. And it ain't glamorous. It's not, in certain situations. It's not glamorous, man. It's sometimes it could get real ugly in the process of changing, in the process of growing. And so you actually are learning, you're learning new stuff. You're learning new stuff. Like, you're literally learning new stuff and doing new stuff. So it's just like, it's one of those things when it's like you're killing something. You're killing something. Something's got to die for something to live. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's one of those things. If you can't allow the old to die, then the new can't live. You know, the new can't live. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and in the process of something dying or killing something off, it's like, okay, how pretty is that? Or how pretty is that supposed to be? How beautiful and all well timed out is that supposed to be? Because it's going to be whatever it is, how it is. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm learning, like, a lot of this stuff we already know, but a lot of it is really practical in the way of when you lay it out in front of you. It's like when they tell you stuff that's going on in your mind, you're supposed to write it down so you can look at it and you can really break it down and get a good understanding about it. That's what a lot of this is. We're just talking about evolution right now at the moment, but we're just gonna break it down a little bit and get into it. And that's the first part of it. As far as how it feels and how it looks, right? And how do you feel during the process? A lot of people, and that's a question. That's a question I ask myself. How do I feel during the process? Like, not how it feels, how do I feel? Like, how do I feel during the process of change and evolution? And I feel bad. I feel scared. A lot of people don't give themselves the space to feel scared or to feel afraid, because something is new. It's something you've never done before. Like, sometimes, we get up our bravery and get up our strength to be able to, go after things that we want and the change that we would like to see because we're tired of our old selves. But there is an amount of fear in there, fear of the unknown, and that's natural. It happens with everybody. So don't feel some type of way, get in contact with that feeling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Understand it, examine it, and know that a feeling can't stop you from doing what it is you're trying to do. That's just a feeling. That's temporary, right? So some of this stuff you're supposed to feel. Some of these vibes and these feelings you're supposed to feel because that's part of the process, right? You wouldn't be feeling it if you wasn't going through the process. Everything would just be normal. No, it's not normal. We're changing, right? So just identifying, the feeling and understanding that a feeling is temporary, and you can work through that. And in every situation or circumstance where you're trying to make progress, whatever the problem is, it has to be worked through. It doesn't matter how hard it is. It doesn't matter what it feels like. If you're going to change and you're dead set on doing something different or progressing, you have to be able to walk through it, even if it feels like it's killing you. Like, if that's what's necessary, so be it. It can't be forever, and I'll be better because of it. It's easy for me to say that right now, but I'm actually going through a few different things. So, I can stand on my words with what I'm saying, as far as the feelings and the emotions and the different stuff. Because, you get, I got a t-shirt line in one of my shirts. I haven't let the cat out the bag. I do have a t-shirt line in one of my shirts. It says, and it was probably on Instagram somewhere, but I just wrote it down and I put it on a shirt. I'll be selling the shirts soon, so stay tuned for that. But it says, stay out of your feelings, cause ain't no money in there. Say it again. Stay out of your feelings because ain't no money in there. All right. It ain't all about money. It's just an analogy for you to get an understanding. Like, I don't feel like going to work. I don't feel like doing none of the stuff that I have to do, but it has to get done, right? To take care of myself, to take care of my family. So, I am in touch with my emotions and feelings. I ain't telling you just to be a robot and go through everything, but we definitely have to be aware emotionally of what we're doing, and put our feelings and emotions in their proper place. You know what I'm saying? So that is what the shirt is trying to convey. And that helped me out a lot. Like, bro, you feeling like this, you feeling like that. So what? So what? Feel how you want to feel. Take care of business. Did it get done? I didn't sleep. I'm feeling tired. I don't care how you feel. The only thing that matters is you getting a result and you taking care of yourself during the process so that you can continue on in a healthy state, right? We can't just zombie through life and I don't feel anything. I'm a robot. No, take the time to do the maintenance that's necessary on your mind and on your body, and so that you could continue on pressing towards your goal, pressing towards your change. You know, some things don't just, the real important things ain't just snapping your finger and it's done. Sometimes it takes some stamina. It takes some stick to itness to change, to put change into place, real change into place. So, this we really getting into change, like, and thinking about what stops us from changing. You know, some people can make it up in their mind that they want to change, and they say, I'm changed. And the only reason why they can do it that easy and that fast and that smooth is because they understand, they're willing to do the work that's associated with the choice that they made. Accountability, that's a big deal. Like, like people that stop smoking and people that stop drinking, they get sick. Some people get sick. People that stop doing drugs, they get sick, but they say they make it up in their mind that, you know what? I don't care what happens. I'm not doing that no more. And that's a strong and brave decision to make for people that are progressing in their change. You know, it's just, you sign up for the work and you don't turn it down. You keep showing up every day, sometimes every hour, sometimes every minute, sometimes every, you keep showing up. Keep showing up for yourself. You know what I mean? You take the pain, take all the bumps and bruises, associated with change. And that's the price we pay, And some prices we pay don't have a monetary value attached to it. It has a universal value attached to it. Like, I did the work. I got outside. I did what I took it on the chin. Like, I struggled for a long time before I got to a place where I could, be able to function and maneuver and, in the way, shape, and form that I set out for my life. So that's a thing too. And, I just definitely want to encourage everyone to enjoy the process of change. It is a very enjoyable process. It is painful sometimes, but it's beautiful seeing yourself transform into something else. You may not even get a chance to see it. You may just look in the mirror one day and you're somebody else. Or you look around your house and your home looks different because you made a choice in your mind that you were going to change. And then the change start to take effect in everything around you. And you're like, wow, my home is beautiful. Wow, my thoughts are, I would have slapped that person at the gas station for cutting me off. Or wow, there's so many things that, that lets you know that you've changed. You know what I mean? You handle situations differently when you truly changed, and, trust the process and enjoy the process. Because just like nobody said it was going to be easy, and nobody said, and at the same time, nobody said that it had to be hard either or terrible. it's a very informative time when you're changing because you get to see who you were and you get to examine where you were making mistakes at and you can fix those mistakes. You know, as long as you got air, you got action. So it's like, okay, I could be better, you know, and change it is engaged by anyone but ourselves. Like, you know, we don't live for other people. We live for ourselves. And the things that we want to have happen in our life, we have to do the work for it. And you know, sometimes people depend on us, our family depends on us, and you know, loved ones depend on us. And so it's important for us to hold ourselves accountable outside of what somebody can say about you. They can't do the work for you that's associated with change. So it's like a lot of times they unless they're rooting you on and cheering for you, a lot of times it don't even matter if they was or if they wasn't. You know, we're gonna change and we're gonna do the things that, you know, we set out to do based on the fact that we are dedicated to it, regardless what anybody's saying. So, you know, that's a big deal too. But I don't want to ramble on too long, man. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Today we talked about evolution. We talked about change, how to evolve into that higher person, that more focused person, that better version of yourself, inch by inch, you know, inch by inch, little by little, whatever amount of progress you can make, continue to make the progress and continue to stay dedicated to your paths and your goals. And I promise you, it is a guarantee you will get there. You know what I'm saying? The only people that don't get there is the people that quit, right? So we want to keep on, pushing and stay positive, you know, because you don't got to be mad about having to change. And you don't got to like the fact that you're changing, but definitely learn, you know, definitely take in the experience so that you don't end up in the same spot that you were trying to change out of. You feel what I'm saying? And so with that being said, man, make sure y'all like and subscribe, share this video. You know, it may not have 1 million views. I may not, whatever it may be, but I'm sure, you know, I'm reaching somebody and I'm doing some of the things that I have to do to be able to change into the person that I want to be. And so, you know, I implore y'all to go in that way and try your best and keep on trying and don't give up, man. I love y'all. This is the Bear Trap Podcast. I'm your host, Bear, and I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Y'all be blessed.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The Bear Trap Podcast. Here we like to talk about music, news, and entertainment. But most importantly, we like to talk about life. So get yourself ready, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Get yourself ready, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So get yourself ready, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.